wanted to come over here and take a look at the Yuneec lineup. I'm familiar with the Typhoon. I always thought this thing was so cool, and I like the redundancy of it with the extra propellers on there and the robotic arms, and I love the carbon fiber material. I was a big fan of it. But I deal a lot with beginner content creators, and the last thing they want to do is pick up that Typhoon and try to figure out how to get everything squared away. They just want to get out and shoot. But then I saw that you have this Mantis Q to where you can just pick it up, pull it out your bag, turn it on, start flying. And as a matter of fact, supposedly you can fly using voice controls. Is that true?
Yeah, that's true. So basically, when you look at the Typhoon H, it's also a very big machine. It's very difficult to carry it around. And the idea of the Mantis Q is very simple. So there are three things that we believe are important for beginners. Portability is one. Yeah. So you want to be able to take your drone wherever you need to, indoors as also outdoors. Second is photo and video quality by the camera. And since the drone is very small, the camera has to be quite as high grade because the sensor is quite small. The third thing that we recognized is user interface and flying time. So flying time, the Mantis Q flies 33 minutes.
That's a long time for a drone.
That is a long time for a quadcopter. It's basically the best in class for sure. So that is one. And then the other thing is user interface, and they want to have a natural approach. And this is the reason why we not only decided to sell it only with the controller out of the box, because that is very natural to operate, but we have also gesture control and voice control in it, which are very familiar features with cell phones today.
Yeah, every phone has gestures on it now.
So why shouldn't we have it on a drone? And that is why we introduced it also into the Mantis Q.
I can swipe a gesture on my phone, and next thing I know, all of my icons are all over the place just from an accidental swipe or what have you. What do you all have in place to protect the drone from the user themselves screwing up?
The gesture control is limited to the operation of the camera.
Okay.
So we don't feel safe operating the drone, like fly forward, fly backward, because if the word is taking wrong, the drone might do something stupid, and it doesn't make sense. On the voice control side, it's only basic functions. So it's the takeoff, it's the landing, it's basically the turn and the distance that the drone is to. But there is basically a safety cage around you as an operator that you cannot enter with commands. So we have tracking features, follow-up features. There's a certain level of face recognition in there to enable that, yes, and make that easy. So it has 4K video resolution. It can do 60 frames per second. And it has also 4K photography. So the image size is pretty impressive. Price for the Mantis Q, including battery, charger, and the controller altogether is $499 US. We're making it affordable to beginners. So keeping the entry barrier for it's not a professional, but for a good quality photo drone and video drone, keeping that threshold low so that people enter the space more is what we really do.